Now, when you fire a bow and arrow, you want to make sure that you are perpendicular to the target. It's suggested to have 3 fingers on the bow. Then, to make sure that you hold for follow through as you go through the 3-step process of the draw, the hold, and then the release for best bow and arrow practices. This is what is suggested by Texas Wildlife and Parks. Seems like a pretty solid place to pick up facts like this. And this is important for today's conversation because when Yaakov Avinu describes how he was successful in his conquering of the Amorite, he says that he did it becharbi uvekashti, with a sword and with a bow. Rashi explains, a sword is his wisdom, and a bow and arrow is his tefillah. And the Maharal in Archery, as he so often does, shows us how the words of Chazal are so precise, so weighty, and so exacting. For wisdom, Rashi saw it, it's like a sword, hand-to-hand combat, discussing back and forth, where the righteous will be able to expose faulty reasonings and bring logic and champion the right cause with the right understanding. Al pi Torah, Chachma is like a sword. It pierces certain barriers. And here's where it really gets exciting. And how is tefillah like a bow and arrow? As just as the arrow's swiftness, its power, its distance is fully predicated on the archer. How much pressure, how sincere, how exacting, how coordinated are his draw, hold, and release actions. So too tefillah. For the righteous, their tefillos shoot off into the distance. The efficacy of their prayers are like an arrow. The tefillah is dependent upon a person's pressure and sincerity and focus in his prayer. It's a beautiful understanding of Chazal. It also answers why sometimes our prayers fall flat and perhaps, God forbid, we feel like they were left unanswered, the messages unopened. For if tefillah is like a bow and arrow, or a crossbow shooting up high, well, if it isn't done right and the archer doesn't treat or act or fire this bow and arrow with precision, well, then the arrow is probably just going to go over like a Led Zeppelin, barely traveling any distance. The efficacy of our tefillos is dependent upon our sincerity and our honest earnestness and devotion in our tefillah. Daven, like a brilliant and skilled archer, shooting your tefillos right into the center of the bullseye.